Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in the world. Welcome to another scene for the living world of darkness. Rage across New York. Today we find ourselves on the Sept of the Green, and we are starting today on this nice, cold spring morning with calls to Fury. And she has been, since the moot, she has mostly been busying herself. When she is not at the den, she is quite diligently doing keeper duties, particularly the shrines that are of interest or close to her heart. Pegasus's shrine, but she is making sure that Uptenna's shrine and others, and Griffin's and others that were important to her former packmates are also, if she is not the one doing the work, that other people are at least keeping them up.
Forlorn is at the Owl Shrine, being a Sunday strider. He's probably been to their grandfather Thunder Shrine since the Shadow Lord too. And after making his prayers, he'll approach Cole's the Fury, Raya. It's good to see you.
Calls will stop and turn to face Forlorn Judge and just meet his eye. Just out of curiosity, what form is Forlorn in?
He'll be in Lupus. He'll show his throat when she turns around. He'll show his throat and belly. Like he'll flop on the ground, probably.
If he has, after she sees him recognize her, and if he has rolled over, she will I am very sorry. Pad towards him, and she will nuzzle or move down towards his neck and wrap her jaws just very gently around it, but firmly acknowledging him before brushing past his ear gently and sort of not in forgiveness, but in sort of acknowledgement that he has shown submission, and it wasn't meant cruelly, because sometimes people misunderstand these things. As she moves back,
He'll get up. I was wondering how you were, and he'll think how you're going with what recently happened.
she will study him for a minute, and her ears will quirk. You heard my story at the moot. There has been much has happened, but I am doing my duties to the Sept.
Losing a pack is never a good thing. It's painful. So, and he'll think I've never really had an actual pact. I had a pact that took me under their wing before I became Cleith, and I had to leave them. They're all, and he'll look down. They're all dead now.
You are a silent strider, correct?
Yes, I am.
And you are a silent strider who admits you have never had a pack.
I've only been Cleese for a very short time.
Then you do not understand what it is to lose pack. You may have seen people die who you knew. You may have had even septmates who you knew who have died or left. And these are terrible things. But you do not know the joy that pack brings, the comfort that pack brings, the strength that pack brings, and the devastation that it leaves when it is gone. So I hear your words, and you say the words you think you should say, but you do not understand. I would hope one day that you could know the strength of pack, but I would not wish on you or anyone the loss.
I don't claim to know what it's like. The pain I felt was something terrible, but it doesn't compare to what you are feeling right now, what you have felt. And
Then why did you say you did? You said, I know losing a pack is bad, and then proceeded to tell me that you had not had a pack.
I know it's bad. I don't know how bad it is. I know it's bad because
So you have heard
what
it's bad,
I felt,
but you do not know.
what I felt was terrible, and losing someone that you have been in a pack with, that you are in a pack with, must be worse. That's what I meant.
Indeed. Well, I will accept that you used your words carelessly. But you did not mean badly. But you come here, I will ask you this. Did you seek me out to ensure that I was serving the sept? Did you seek me out for knowledge as den mother? What do you need, forlorn judge?
You have earned the title of den mother. I know you must be serving the sept somehow. That's not why I came. I was wondering how, and he'll think. I guess yes, some wisdom as den mother. How can one deal with people leaving? How does one deal with people leaving? People that are close to them.
You That is not an easy question. But first, I will make this clear to you as I would make it clear to any cub. You say you are newly clear. The pain of losing others is deep. Loss should not be ignored, but it should not be. It can be a hole. If you let yourself fall into it, that is wrong. But if you do, remember one thing. I am not a Clea, but seeing I am not a Philodox, but seeing as our Philodox den father has moved on, he has another mission somewhere else. He is no longer here to give the lesson. I would tell you this whilst everyone wallows in all their emotions. Remember the litany, Clea. Remember the words, suffer not others to test thy sickness. If you wish to drown yourself in loss, weaken yourself, weaken the sept, you can do so, but do not make it the sept's problem. I have lost my packmates. I know I am lesser for it. I have less strength without them by my side. I know I should find another pack, and I will. But much has changed between the Amazon and here and all the time. But anyway, this is not your concern. But what I will say is I carry on my duties. I honor my pack as they were. I do what is needed for the sept. If I give myself and weaken myself by their loss, and let weaken others by having them tend me, I not only weaken the sept for the worms to attack, not only do I break the litany, but I dishonor my packmates and their sacrifices. I dishonor their loss and their achievements and their stories and their lessons that they have given us. So find a way to make yourself useful. Those who you would mourn, use your skills as a ragabash, push people further, ask the questions, find yourself a pack, find others to make stronger, but do not bring them down.
You sound wise and brave. You must be a great den mother.
But Ragabash, I would ask you some questions. You say you have not got a pack yet, and the Amazon was perhaps not a place to form such things, but you are here now, and there are packs with lost members, and many Garu who are not in packs. This is not a way to have a strong sept. Have you thought of joining packs?
I have, and he'll think. I have thought of joining the Shadowrunners. Teresa seems like a good leader and a good fighter, and the pack totem sorry, out of character. It's what is it again?
Hummingbird.
Yes, and the pack totem is hummingbird. I seem to get along well with bird spirits in Umbra. If the spirit likes me, it will help me make their sept stronger and the pack.
Having a connection with the totem is, or at least the totem's purpose is good. It is right, it is just. But you speak of Teresa as a leader. She is the alpha. It is good. You need to trust your alpha. Because trust in your packmates is perhaps the most important thing. You have to trust that when you share your minds with them, as you do in the pack link, that when you give them information that they will trust it. that they will keep your secrets when they need it, that they will make you stronger. But you need to trust them. Do you trust Teresa? Do you think she will lead you? Would you follow her orders?
Yes, Teresa, I have seen her in battle. I also have seen her lead others, and I would gladly follow her orders.
That is good. And do you trust her to stand at your side if you are the one in difficulty? Do you trust her to come to your aid when you need it? Do you trust her to be your strength?
I do so completely.
And would you, and should she trust you to be as a Ragabash, to question her when needed, to follow when needed, to be her eyes and to scout ahead, to be her ears when she needs it, to be the distraction when it is needed, to be the Ragabash that they need?
And he'll think. My sight is not always the best, but I try to make it up with my sense of smell and whatever else I can find to be a good Ragabash, to ask the right questions at the right time, question the orders that needs to be questioned, and I when I am at my best, which should be all the time, which I hope is all the time, she can trust me with it.
You will see when you're talking about senses that calls sort of quirks an ear in your direction. It is good to hear one not so reliant on just the sense of sight. It is easy for those not lupus born to focus on this and rely less on their other senses. I understand, obviously, being what you are, you have had to compensate. I'm glad you have at least focused enough and realized enough to try and not let this problem, this flaw that you have, be too much of a detriment, particularly given your auspice.
Well, all Garou, but especially a Ragabash, should know what to do when should have other means to do what they are supposed to do and to reach their goal.
Yes. But as a Metis, you of course are fundamentally limited in one of Gaia's main duties. It is good that you do not let your other cursed weakness hinder you too much.
On top of well, not seeing well in the day of light. My sight is different from others. I see everything around me as if it's decaying and dying. So it makes everything blend and makes it harder to spot things. That's why I try to focus more on my sense of smell and hearing.
Calls will actually growl slightly at that. That is not a natural deformity. This is not your eyes are weaker, your hearing is worse. Do you know the source of your corrupted vision?
I've had it from birth, and I know that it's something that happens sometimes to members of my pack, to my members of my tribe, but even amongst us, it's rare. Not many people have been able to tell me about it.
The Silent Striders have some death taint in their blood. I am not surprised, but you, even if you do not know more, perhaps you should try to find more. This is not something I would live easily with. If this becomes more of a problem to you, if this starts to affect your mind in some way and makes you question your fitness, or you think something should be done, make sure you speak, because well, let's just say if it causes you to do harm to others, we will not suffer such risk when there is not much to be gained.
Until not. I would never harm or weaken the sept or anyone in it. Due to my weakness, I will learn as much about it as I can. It's partly why I'm looking for my father. If there is a cure, I will find it, so that with my weakness gone away, I will be able to help the Sept of the Green and the Go Nation better.
Calls is stalked slightly closer to you now, and it's sort of sniffing as she moves around you. See that you do, but, and if you can, cure or control this weakness, that would be good. But I was asking you of Pack. You spoke of one of the members. You spoke of Teresa. What of the other? What of Kumbhakara?
I am still to seek Kumbhakara to know more about him, but
you would join a pack because you do not know one of its members?
Because I have seen him so far only in battle. He battles well, but he is a theurge. He
Your assessment of aptitude in battle perhaps is different from mine. But before you seek to join a pack, you have heard nothing of my words before. He will be your brother. I understand as a Metis and as a Silent Strider, this may be something difficult for you to understand, but you should be able to rely on him and him on you. If you cannot rely on your pack and work together, no matter how powerful a totem you think you have chosen, if you act one by one and do not have each other's backs and do not fight together, you will be lesser. You will not be able to take down some of the great foes that we have, and you will weaken the Sept of the Green in doing so. But why bother join a pack at all? You would simply weaken them, not strengthen them. If that is the pack you wish to join, seek out Kumba, speak to him, make sure he is someone who will stand at your shoulder. If he is to deal with spirits for you, do you trust the words that he speaks to the spirits? Or will he simply joke with them and make bad deals and put you and your pack at risk? Or will you have difficulties with him and therefore not trust him when he leaps forward? You will not be at his side because you do not trust him to back you up. Or will he not listen to your questions because he does not trust your words, because he does not know you?
This is why I still am looking for him, and in your saying, I'm still haven't set my mind completely on joining the Shadow Lords. I have some reasons for joining them, but I am still looking for more. This is why I have not asked Teresa the offer to join them yet. I will make sure I know more about Kumbhakara too before I join them.
You have some of the right ideas, follow and judge, but you have a ways to go yet. Listen to the words and the stories of this Sept. Learn from them. Do not make the mistakes that were made before. Pack is important. Do not leave it long to join a pack. You will make yourself and a pack stronger. But make sure you join the right one for the right reasons. And then you will know the strength they can bring you. You will know the joy that is in your heart to have brothers and sisters who stand beside you. You do not have to agree with every word they say, nor should you as a Ragabash. You should question. You should doubt. But deep down, you should trust them so that when your alpha gives the order, even if perhaps you are unsure, you will not hesitate to strike. You will not hesitate to move.
Thank you, Lord. I will make sure to know, well, whichever pack I join, I will make sure that they can trust me and I can trust them in return. I will make sure that I can rely on them not only as brothers and sisters, but as members of the auspice. I will make sure that they can trust me on being a Ragabash and questioning what needs to be questioned.
Ask your questions, Ragabash. Go about the sept. Learn more of the packs. Learn more of yourself. So join a pack. But until then, improve yourself so that you may be an asset to your pack, so that they may not doubt your weaknesses, those that you cannot help. I had a Metis in my pack, Ren. She had her limitations, as all Metis do, but she was not lesser. She made sure she was not lesser. Not in our pack. She was one of us. Her strength, her words, her quiet judgment, they were as important to the pack as Katori's knowledge or Sinner's questions or my stories.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you for your words and wisdom, then Mother.
Do not forget what you are. Do not forget your weaknesses. But do not let them stop you serving Gaia.
Thank you, Lord.
And with
I
that,
would not.
she will.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, all right. She will move past him. She will brush quite firmly against him so that he felt like in the opposite direction. He feel his fur. It's not like go the wrong way, if that makes sense. So it is clearly a firm and slightly aggravating gesture, but there is not malice in it. You know she is not attacking you, but there is like a a sense of both not comfort but contact that like you get that lupuses get from each other, but there is a firm sort of, I suppose, a human gesture would be to tap someone as they walked back past.
Okay. And
To deliver their point.
he'll let her go past. And he'll sit there for a bit. And he'll actually, well, he'll try and, well, train on the senses that he can rely on more and start sniffing and try focus on, he'll probably hear a bird in the background somewhere in the distance, and he'll try both smelling it and hearing it, rather than trying to look where it's coming from. And with that, I believe we can end the scene.
Indeed. Thank you, players, for playing. And see you again.